How you doing, everybody? Boffo the Bear here. Welcome to yet another episode of the best bits from the worst year ever, 2020. Each week, we gather here and we collect some funny bits from past shows, and we present them to you, much like a smorgasbord or a salad bar, which, of course, are all closed because it's 2020. I got no idea what producer Joe is lined up for us to take a look at, but I'm very excited to hear all about it. What do you got for us this week, Joe?
Well, it's about aliens and UFOs.
Well, we did that way back in April. We're just going to show that clip?
No, not exactly, because funny enough, same day as today we were recording on December 7th, it turns out that former Israeli space security chief Haim Eshed has revealed that aliens from a galactic federation have been in contact with Israel and the US for years, but humanity isn't ready to know this.
The Galactic Federation?
The Galactic Federation. You know, like in Rick and Morty.
Wouldn't it be funny if all the crazy crap that happens in Rick and Morty is actually how the universe works? I think that would be delightful. I think all you have to do is go outside and look in the sky at night. You see billions and billions of stars. There's billions and trillions of stars you can't see. For human beings to think that we are the only intelligent life in the universe is just the height of conceit. Like, who the hell are we? There's got to be smarter people somewhere in the universe than us. I mean, have you read the newspaper? There's not a lot of smart people here on Earth. What exactly does he say what the Galactic Federation is or what they do?
Basically, that they're their own form of intergalactic government between planets and universes. And they've in walking among us, but we're too naive and we're just too primitive for their fancy. And they want nothing to do with us until we get our shit together.
Can you blame them?
No, have you seen our year?
Yeah, really. This would be, I mean, Earth is not going to look great on a galactic scale at any time. But if the aliens just happen to show up in 2020 and they think this is a normal year, what the hell? I would just get the hell out.
Back in April when they released that footage, that's when they were coming to check us out, and they're like, oh, shit, we got to get out of here.
So UFOs, I'm a firm believer in UFOs and being visited by other cultures. I think, statistically speaking, the odds of us being alone in the galaxy, let alone the universe, are much smaller than the odds of there being intelligent life out there. Now, whether they come and visit us, who knows? But I mean, I've walked around downtown New York and Chicago and New Orleans and San Francisco and LA. You see hundreds of people a day who could easily be aliens. They just look, you know what I mean? They just look a little weird.
I've been through New York many times, and I can firmly agree with that one. Yeah.
Right? Would it shock you if you knew that 10% of the people living on Manhattan were not originally from Earth?
No, not at all. If anything, I'd be like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could have guessed that.
I think 10% is low. We occasionally on the program, we take phone calls, and I believe you could leave messages too. The number is 323-9000-911, and we were taking phone calls from people, and the topic of the day that came up was UFOs, and it turned into a pretty funny episode. Let's roll that and take a look at it. Stuff today. It's all about you today. All phone calls. Our number is 323-9000-911. What will we be talking about? UFOs. And then just today, the Department of Defense released an unclassified videos that sure look to me like stuff that isn't of human origin. But you guys decide for yourself. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is, I think it's weird, but take a look.
Yeah.
Navy footage.
There's a whole
This blurb here in the middle.
My gosh.
Yeah, that's a UFO.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
Those are the voices of the
dude.
pilots. Yeah, there's no way that was made on Earth. Look at that thing. Looks like a classic flying saucer.
No, it definitely was not. I mean, what on earth goes that hard against 120-mile winds?
And this is not some crazy nut job website. This is ABC News, and these are videos released by the Defense Department officially. They're not saying, "Oh, this is crap." They're saying, "Yep, we got this video, and we have no idea what it is."
Yep, they didn't seem very hesitant to release it to the public either.
No. And if they have this, they must have much, much, much more. And
Absolutely.
the question I'm asking is, why are they releasing it now?
In the middle of what was the craziest time of the year when everything was getting worse with the pandemic. I mean, like, I don't know if it was just to distract us or not, but this is a very small tidbit with just very, very hard to make out objects. Who knows what they have under this?
Yeah, I think any other year, it would be impossible for the government to say, yeah, there are aliens and they're here. But if you let this out at the end of 2020, no one's even going to notice. It's been such a crazy year.
Barely anyone knows then. They put it on the news, and I remember it was on trending, and everyone's like, why is no one talking about this? Because of the goddamn pandemic.
Right. Yeah, it's classic misdirection. Play the rest of this video. This one's wild, too. They're going, this is right on the edge of the water, right up just above the water.
Yeah. This guy was very enthusiastic, as you could tell.
The pilot, sure.
Yeah, how about that?
Look at that thing go.
Video recently declassified today by the Department of.
And you see, an interesting thing I think is the pilots aren't freaked out and screaming, and they're not afraid. They're laughing, which leads me to, and they're saying, "Oh, I got one." I don't think this is the first time these pilots have seen this stuff.
No.
They see it all the time, I think, and they were just like, "Oh, I've heard about this. Oh, now I got one," and they were able to photograph it. And then Stephanopoulos actually interviewed the actual pilot on camera who shot that video back in 2004. I think it was 2004, 2005, or 2014. It was several years ago. And the guy is standing by his story. So everyone, typically a story like this comes out and then everyone denies it. But every step of the way, they've been saying, yes, it's real, it's real, it's real.
It's really crazy. And like, to capitalize on what you said before, they make it like it's not unexpected for it to happen. It's like, you know, like losing your virginity. It's like, oh my God, I got my first one. I got it on camera. I'm excited. Look at this. I got to go tell the guys.
Yeah, that would be the classy way to do it, Joe. Get it on camera and then tell the guys. We're gonna get letters. Of course, Joe doesn't mean that, folks. That's not how you do it. That's not how I did it back in the day, Joe. First of all, it happens very quickly, and you don't really know what's happened until it's over. And then, you know, we didn't take videos of everything. Then we had a thing called memory, where we would actually indulge in an experience, and then it would be in our brains, and we would think about it. Yeah, so I suppose people are recording everything these days, but the one time you want to have the phones out is when the UFO visits you, and those are few and far between. So these two videos, I find them very interesting, and I'm really, like you, I'm shocked that more people haven't freaked out about them.
Yeah. You think it would be something on the, you know, trending or top news kind of stuff, and you know, this kind of got swept under the rug with all the craziness that happened this year.
Yeah, it has been. Let me ask you, Joe. If you're walking down the street, midnight, you're all by yourself, a UFO lands in front of you, guys get out, they're aliens, and they say, hey, come with us to our planet. We're not going to kill you. We're not going to eat you, but we probably won't bring you back to Earth. You can just come and check out our thing for a while. Would you go?
Oh, that's a tough question, because I honestly want to say yes, but I feel like I'd be leaving a lot behind as well, because, I mean, this is something I've actually been infatuated with for a lot of my life. I'm not, like, you know, crazy out there hunting for aliens or wearing the tinfoil hats, but it's definitely always intrigued me, and I've always been, you know, infatuated with the thought of it. So tough question, Boffo. What would you do in that situation?
Oh, I'd go in a heartbeat. You know, I think if they could get here and if they could find me, eventually I could talk them into bringing me back.
I don't think they'll talk them into that. I think they'd just be like, shit, we picked up the wrong guy.
Right. It would be like, oh, Henry's the ransom of Red Chief. They would get so tired of me eventually, they would bring me back. Yeah, that would be my plan. Be just irritating enough so that they want to get rid of me, but not kill me.
Is that what happened to like every producer before me? They just couldn't take it anymore?
Yeah, you're like the Spinal Tap drummer, Joe. They don't last long. But I'm curious in the comments below, folks, if you've had an alien experience, like a real one, we'd love to hear from you. And maybe we could have you on the show in the future. You can talk about it, especially if you got video or photographs or like an autograph from, you know, Zetar, the Mutant King.
Or a selfie.
Exactly. How is that possible? You hear about all these abductions and no one thinks to take a selfie. They take selfies everywhere else. There's a wall on Melrose Avenue here in Los Angeles. It's a pink wall. That's all it is. Side of a building, parking lot, pink wall. Every day I drive by there, there's 30 or 40 people taking their picture in front of a pink wall because they saw it on Instagram. It's a pink wall.
Apparently, if you put an alien there, they'd lose interest, though.
I guess so. You could stop and take a picture of a pink wall, and no one thinks to whip out their phone and take a picture of, Zeta 7 and you sharing a Coca-Cola, sharing a Lucky Dog. Yeah, that would be, I think maybe on New Year's Eve, on December 31st, instead of the ball dropping in Times Square, just a UFO should land, and they should get out and go, all right, everybody out of the pool. Get out. We're taking over.
That would be the way to end the year off.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, my God. I don't think anyone would, flinch, though, and be like, God damn it, 2020. And
right. Anderson Cooper would be surprised.
I bet.
Yeah. Just so much opportunity for this to happen. And now, like you quoted the former Israeli defense ministers coming out, there have been Harry Reid, former senator from Nevada, is at the forefront of American ex-politicians that are trying to get this to come out. Everyone asks every president, have you seen the UFO files? People are intensely interested in it. And I don't buy the crap that people aren't ready. Humanity isn't ready for it.
Oh, we are. Absolutely.
If we could take 2020, we can take anything.
Hey, at this point, I don't know what I want to say. Knock on wood. I don't know what more they could throw at us.
Yeah, you know what? If you really want to impress me with your producer chops, Joe, get us an alien. Let us interview an alien on the program.
Join us in 2021 when we interview Zoltar,
the Mutant King. That's what we're going to be doing in 2021. Every week until 2021, we're going to be reviewing the best, funniest clips of 2020. You did it again this week, Joe. You did a great job. This UFO clip gets me going. The UFO stuff gets me going, and I know it gets you going too. So seriously, if there's an alien that is a fan of the program, give Joe a buzz. Let's get on. We'll talk to you.
Oh, absolutely. If anyone can get me an alien, I'll drop in the description. I'll drop in Instagram.
Yeah.
Or send it to the Boffo Instagram. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And you know what? If it's about remuneration, we'll give you a Boffo mug. We'll give you a Boffo t-shirt. We'll set you up.
I don't have a Boffo t-shirt. I work for the guy.
I got to say, I'll get you one, Joe, if you get me an alien. How about that? Fair deal?
Yeah, it's a good deal.
I mean, the t-shirts are expensive. You're not just going to give them away. You got to earn it. And it's got to be a bona fide alien that also speaks English.
Well, you really, come on, man. I got to get that t-shirt. You're like putting, goddamn.
People will do anything for a t-shirt. Where you been, Joe? Well, we know where he's been. We know where the show has been all year long. 2020, we've been interviewing weirdos, celebrities, fun people, and doing comedy. And we hope you stay with us for the rest of this year. We're going to be doing our best of shows every week. And then in 2021, we're going to start with new, fresh shows and new, fresh funniness. The only things that'll remain the same are me, your intrepid host, and our producer, Joe Kozdra, who's doing a fantastic job. Good job on this one, Joe.
Thank you, Boffo. I have actually one last question to ask you.
Sure.
Do you remember the Area 51 raids back in 2019?
Yes.
I think we should start a petition to have Boffo start up another raid. We got to figure out what's going on.
I think that's what started this whole thing. Everything was cool until we started, decided we were going to raid Area 51, and then they let the cat out of the bag. But I would go. If we could get in there peacefully, I would go into Area 51.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a time, I tell you.
Right? I would go with the aliens. Imagine, you're on if they would say, get in, let's go for a ride, I would totally go. I mean, they're not going to, I've been in Hollywood a long time. They're not going to probe me any place I ain't been probed already.
I bet.
All right, well, that wraps up another best of the worst year ever. And Joe, listen, you're doing a great job as a producer, but you know what? When I perform, when I put on a show, I come dressed for success. I got hair, I got makeup, I look like $1 million. You look like $3.40. Can you dress up a little nicer for the shows from now on? You don't look professional, and I mean that with a little bit of meanness, but mostly love.
Well, the love means a lot to me, Boffo. So, you know what? I will dress to impress next week. I think I got the perfect item in my closet, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a show. We want people to watch it. They shouldn't tune in and go, "Wow, the bear is great," but who's the kid in the crappy T-shirt?
Sweatshirt, actually.
You don't want that, Joe. That's not what you want.
No, you're right. That's not what I want. Well, next week, I think I'll have something perfect, and I think you're just really going to like it. Let's leave it at that.
All right, well, there you have it. For Producer Joe, I'm Boffo the Bear. We'll see you next week for another episode of the best of the worst year ever. See you later, everybody.